Hello friends, welcome back. So let's work on this project. So inside paper rock scissor folder, we have a folder called start, and inside this folder we have a folder called src, and inside this folder we have app.js file. So let's open this app.js file. So this is the file where we are going to work. Okay. So now inside this terminal, we need to go inside paper rock scissor. So I'm already inside this folder. So we need to go inside the start folder. So here I'll do cd start, hit enter. Now here we can say npm install and hit enter. So it will install all the packages. So it is done. Let's clear this. And now I will do npm start. Let's go to the browser. Okay, so can't resolve dot icon. So the icon folder is missing. Okay. Okay, let me pause the video and I'll get back to you. Okay, so this icons were missing. So you will get it on GitHub. So no need to worry. Okay. So let's check. So as you can see, here we have all the buttons. So if I click on any button, nothing will happen because we don't have any event listeners and we have nothing happening on the computer side. So we can get started right now. So let's go to VS Code and now we can create a const called choices. So let me close this, and here up above I will create a const called choices. Okay, that is equal to an array, and inside I'll take an object with an ID of 1, and then we will have name that is going to be rock. So this will be a string rock. Then we will have this icon here. Okay, so this icon is nothing but a component. So let me show you. If I go to rock.js, so basically this is a component which I have exported, and inside this component we have this svg element. Okay, so here we can say component that is equal to components that is equal to rock. So this name should be same as the name which we have imported here. Okay, so make sure you don't do any mistakes. So second object having the ID of 2, name that is going to be paper, then we have components that is going to be paper. Okay, then the last object which is having an ID of 3, name that is going to be Caesar. Okay, Caesars, and then we have components that is going to be Caesars. Let me save this. Now the next step is we want to see if we can tell what is the user clicking on. Okay, so we will create a function. So let's create a function inside this component. So here I'll say function, and the name of the function I'll say handle user choice. Okay, and I'll pass an argument of choice. And now let's go down below, and here inside the button I'll take an on click event. So on click that is going to be handle user choice, and we will pass 1. Okay, so now let's copy this and I'll paste on both the buttons, and here we need to change the ID to 2, and this will be the ID of 3. Okay, let me save this, and now let's go back to the function. And now inside the function, here I'll say const. Okay, I'll take a const and I'll say chosen choice that is equal to, and now we need to find out which ID the user has clicked on. Okay, so for that we need to say choices. Okay, so this is the array. So here we need to say choices dot find. We need to find which ID the user has clicked on, and inside this I'll take an arrow function, and here I'll say choice. Okay, so we can just say c dot id that is equal to choice. Okay, so we will find out which id has been clicked on, and we can store that in this chosen choice. Okay, let's save this, and now we will keep whatever the user chose inside the react state. So here I will create const, and inside this array I'll say user choice and set user choice that is equal to use state and initially it will be null. And now we need to store this chosen choice inside the user choice. Okay, so here I'll say set user choice, and inside we can pass this chosen choice. Okay, so let me just copy this and I'll paste it here. So whatever the user has chosen, it will be stored inside this user choice. Okay, let me save this. Now what else we need? Now let's check in the browser. So let's go to the browser. Okay, I'm getting some error. Okay, use state is not defined because here we need to import it. So you use state. Okay, let me save this. Let's go back. Now I'll just inspect, and 1 second, let me refresh it. So there is some problem. Let's see the console. What is the issue? React limits the number of renders to prevent the infinite loop. Too many re-renders. Okay, let's go to VS Code, and yes, I've done a mistake here. This should be an arrow function, so my mistake. So here, this should be an arrow function. Let me copy this and I'll paste it here. Okay, let me save this, and if I go back, now everything is working fine. So we need to go to components. Okay, and here, as you can see, we have a state which is null, and if I click on any of the button, now we have this component inside the state which is having the ID, and the rock has been selected. Okay, so let's click on the second one. So now the state is updated, the ID is 2 and the name is paper. And if I click on the third one, so the ID is 3 and the name is scissors. Okay, so this is working perfectly fine. Let me close this. And now the last step which I wanted to do in this video is that our computer can choose their own. Okay, so now let's go to VS Code and let's create one more const. So here I will create one more const and I'll say computer choice and set computer choice, that is equal to use state. Okay, use state, and which is initially going to be null. Let me save this. So now we need to use one more hook which is called use effect. So let me first import use effect. So use effect. Okay, and here I'm going to say use effect, and inside this I'll take an arrow function, and we need to create a const, and I'll give the name as random choice. Okay, so this will be a computer choice which is going to be random, and here I'll say choices, and inside this array we will be using a JavaScript method, so math dot floor, and inside this I'll say math dot random. Okay, so this will give us a random number, and here I will say multiply by choices dot length. Let me save this. So this will give us a random number, and that will be stored inside this random choice. And we need to run this use effect only once. So here I'll give an empty array, and then we need to save this inside a React state. So this is our React state. So I'll say set computer choice, and here we need to pass that random choice. Okay, random choice. Let me save this. Now whatever the number will be, it will be stored inside this computer choice, and the use effect will run as the component gets mounted. Okay, so now let's check in the browser. So let me refresh it, and let's go to inspect, and I'll just click on this component. So we have this state which is null. Okay, this was the user choice, and this is the computer choice. Okay, this state we have the component which is having the ID of 1, and the name is rock. So now if I click on any of the button, so now this is the state which user has chosen. So the ID is 1, name is rock. So if I refresh, as you can see, if I refresh, this will update. Okay, so now again the ID is 1 and the name is rock. Okay, let me choose the second one here. So here the user state has updated, the ID is 2 and the name is paper. Okay, so we have the ability for our users to choose an option, and we also have the ability for our computer to randomly choose an option when the game starts. So based on this, in the next video, we will display the winner and the loser for the game. So this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and bye bye.